Hola clase, buenos días, o buenas tardes, o buenas noches. Hi class, good morning, good afternoon, or good evening. En este video voy a hablar de dos cosas. En este video I'm going to talk about two things. La evaluación presentacional y la evaluación interpersonal. That's the second thing we're going to talk about. So I do want to sneak in a little bit of information before. This will be an impromptu video. I'm not scripted or anything, and so I apologize about the glitches or anything that may make the video kind of pedantic. Uh, Apologize in advance. But also, I want to mention about Espanol in general and taking it online, which all of you are actually doing. Even if you're flex class, you're actually taking a class that is not labeled as online, but because of the pandemic and because of social distancing, which is appropriate, we are basically all online. Not to mention the flooding at the school, which is not just at Rose State, but it's at many places, elementary schools and so forth. So yeah, it's hard, right? So I want to mention taking Espanol, taking any language is harder than most classes. Yeah, I would say maybe math and music are up there as maybe equally as hard or sometimes harder. Um, Something that they advise for patients who are having what I call mental or cerebral atrophy. I'm stepping way across the line of my expertise, but what I'm getting at is the atrophy of the brain. The brain, it's an organ and it needs to be strengthened. And one of the ways to strengthen the brain is by, you've heard of doing like Sudoku or Sudoku, I forget how to say it, puzzles, doing puzzles in general. And something that was recommended for Alzheimer's patients and dementia patients is learning a new language and learning a new instrument because those are hard. Now, I'll tell you what's not recommended necessarily. What's not recommended is a class like this where you're simply reading. It's good to read, but this is a class that I'm taking. Yeah, so I'm going to let you guys see on the inside of what I'm taking. This is a class I'm taking. It's called Geography of Sports, and I really enjoy the class. It's not anything that I necessarily am challenged by. I've been in school forever, but it's simply reading, a skill that I learned how to do in elementary and middle school. I don't think I'm the greatest, but I did learn it at an early age. So did you guys. Hence, you're here in college, and there's no real performance to it. There's no necessarily new skill to it. So if this class that you're taking with me seems a little tougher, it's because it is. And so I wanted to sneak that in there, a little spiel about it. Once you know what you're up against, that sometimes helps you to prepare better for it, right? So let's go to the two things I want to talk about mainly in this video. By the way, here's the extempore link. You need to definitely click on that if you haven't already enrolled. Then you want to click on create a new account. And this is for the online group. It will take you directly to the online section. If you're in the flex class, you won't see online, you'll see flex here. Okay, so let's go to the evaluaciones. And those are here at the bottom. You click on en resumen. And I just want to take you through what you will see when you click on it. This is student view, so you're seeing the same thing when you go to it. Before, you could not see this icon. It was locked, and Canvas makes updates and kind of slips things in behind our bags. Not to be conniving, I guess, but they just make updates, and we have to kind of get on board at some point. Now I'm on board. And you couldn't see this before, but when you do click reply, this is what will pop up, and then you simply click, here. It has a little music, has a little kind of YouTube looking thing, and then you click upload or record media, and then you click record. And because I'm using the camera to make this Zoom video, it won't allow me to use the camera, the webcam, unless I do this, and that might be kind of weird. No, it won't allow me to do it, but it should allow you to do it because you won't be making two videos at once, like I just tried to do. So you'll be able to do that. You want to answer these questions. They're not questions, but you want to state this information. Converse with your classmates by introducing yourself. Hi, I am, or I call myself. We've studied it in class. Spell your name out. And you want to spell your name out however that is. For me, it'd be Reianld. That's my birth name, Reginald. So you can use just your first name. Yeah. If your name is Joe, then congrats. If your name has two letters, then congrats, but use your real name, something that you use in class. Notice I didn't use Rey, although I prefer that. R-E-I. Challenge yourself. Yeah. If your name is 16 letters, go for it. Indicate your age. We use the verb tener on this one. Yeah. Remember that. So tell where you're from. If everyone is from Oklahoma, that gets kind of boring. Oklahoma is, I guess, an okay state. But if you're from a certain town, say that town. Yeah, say the town where you're from, unless you have need to keep it secret, I guess. If you're not from Oklahoma, then that's a novelty. So you can just say the state. Go for the city if you want. How you're feeling? We use a certain verb, not ser in this one, but you can look at the conversations in Unit 1, and it can help you to learn when people are expressing how they feel. Also, look at the vocabulary list. It's very clear there. And give one other piece of information about yourself. You could say that you are a student. Yeah. You could say that you have something, right? We use the verb tener. Right? You can reuse a verb. Say one other piece of information, something that you hadn't said before. Okay, so that's evaluación presentacional. So that should be pretty clear. It's just you, yourself, and you. How about evaluación interpersonal? So I did adjust the instructions. The instructions were a little bit assuming, and so I don't want to do that. So I want to make sure everyone is clear on the instructions. If you do not have a Zoom account, you can simply create one here. Only one of the two of you needs to have the ability to host a Zoom meeting. You can only host a Zoom meeting if you have a Zoom account. You don't have to pay any money. Don't pay anything. If you already did, then you should have a lot of capabilities on Zoom. But I don't pay a thing, a cent, a dime, ni un centavo, not even a cent for Zoom. It's just a free service, and it should be during this pandemic, right? So you can look here, I think, for the, that's just, maybe I'm just highlighting it. You can click here to find out who your partner is. It'll take you to a Google Doc. It'll show you who your partner is, and you need to contact them ASAP, right? And so there are two steps. First, gather information from the other student by interviewing them or conversing with them. So I'm going to do this puppet thing, right? Here's student 1, here's student 2, wherever you are. I'm going to do this in English so I don't give away the answers. Let's see, what does it ask for? It should ask for who you are. Let's see. Introducing yourself, asking for your age, place of origin, phone number. Does it sound familiar? With the exception of phone number, it's almost the same as conversación presentacional. So when you're asking for your partner's name, for example, what do you call yourself, or what's your name? I am, or I call myself, Joe. Where are you from? I am from Shawnee. All right. How old are you? Or how many years do you have? I have. So enough of the puppet show. I just want to show you, okay, you can do an interview style, or you can do it the following way. Hi, how many years do you have? How old are you? I have so many years. How many years are you? I have so many years. That's a conversational style. You can do either one. You can do just a block interview, question, or you can shoot the questions back and forth. The most important thing is that you should speak all the time in Espanol. If your name is Jackson, then you can't say that in Espanol. It would be Jackson. Whatever your name is great. If you can Spanishize it, it's fine. If your name is like Mary, you can say Maria. If your name is Andrew, you can say Andres. But if it's not, a Latin name, just use your name that you have in whatever language. Your name is perfect the way it is. So provide this information by speaking in third person. Now, we were talking to each other on Zoom. Now I'm going to talk to Ray. So talking to the camera, I'm talking to Ray, and your partner is just kind of hanging out while you talk. After you finish talking about your partner, then your partner talks. So here's how it would look. You talk to each other. Great. That was a great conversation or great interview. Now go away. The other person talks. Quiero presentarle a. Now, that phrase is in our textbook. We read it in class. Quiero presentarle a Jim. Jim tiene 20 años. I kind of just gave you an answer there, but Jim has 20 years. Jim is from Boston. Jim's phone number is, and you need to say the number in Espanol, of course. So Jim would come back and he would introduce Sarah or whoever else. And so you're talking in third person. So if you need help with third person, I would Google what is third person, the difference between first person, second person, third person. You know it better than you think. You're just not used to the technical jargon. Okay, so that's evaluación interpersonal. And if you want the rubric information, it's down here. And you can do it. So make sure you contact your partner ASAP and rehearse. It's good to rehearse because I won't know how many times you've done the recording before you submit it, right? Just submit the best one. And it's good to practice because the more practice you get, the better you get at speaking the language. And you'll feel like you're actually communicating in the language. Help each other out, be kind to each other, and hopefully you can get those uploaded this weekend for full credit. And if you need to contact me through Calendly, you can click on Habla con el Profesor to speak with me. And I am available at the times listed there. Cuídense mucho, take care, y hasta luego.